3 years ago, a bold vision was set in motion. One that would redefine leadership, impact, and community in the heart of young, enterprising leaders across the globe. That vision gave birth to JCI Continental Lagos. JCI Continental Lagos is not just providing leadership development opportunities for young people to make an impact. It was built on something even deeper, an ideology of being a borderless, digitally inclined organization that provides unequivocal opportunities for its members to lead, make a difference, and grow. Today, we are not just celebrating 3 years of existence. We are celebrating 3 years of excellence, resilience, and remarkable impact. In this documentary, we will listen to the leaders, breeders, and ebullient minds behind the idea of JCI Continental Lagos.
My name is Olutumbi Banto. I am the Charter President of JCI Continental Lagos. JCI Continental Lagos was founded for 4 reasons. The first one is to include members who are interested in becoming members of JCI but are floating. For instance, members who left the collegiate structure but are finding it difficult to join a city local organization. And these members are active, are innovative, and they are enterprising. JCI Continental Lagos caters for that sphere. Secondly, is for upwardly mobile young professionals. We are digital age. This is the time where we need to cater for these members who are not situated on one spot, members who relocate, members who move from one location to the other, but still want to belong to a local organization. Thirdly is to find innovative ways to solve problems. And the fourth one is to run a JCI local organization like a business, like a tech business, you might say. When we founded this local organization, we wanted names that transcend borders, a name that transcends borders. We wanted a name that is acceptable by all faiths, all cultures, and all countries around the world, because we set out to be a borderless local organization, and we bound around different names. Some of those names include JCI. I wanted to name it JCI Deluxe. I wanted to name it JCI E-Lagos. I wanted to name it JCI Transatlantic. I wanted to name it JCI E-Lagos. I think I mentioned that. And then the last one that resonated with us was JCI Continental. And that stuck with us, and that resonated with all members of local organization, and we agreed to keep it at that. And also because we have to be localized in a location, according to the constitution, we had to add Lagos to it. So we are JCI Continental Lagos. And we call ourselves co-founders, and a couple of people that regarded as co-founders that came together to bring this vision together. Myself, Olutumbi Banto, we had Abdulaziz Oladejo, we had Anoluwapo Ajala, and Feyikemi Akinyode, Juliet, Ayobankole, Fisayo, Ifeoluwa, Debo, Balkis, Tosinlemo, Damilola Mowaye, and we had Ken Demuraino. We had Chizitere Daniel, Eniola Osho, Ireti, Tomisi Bankole, we had Abolaji, and we had Victor. And other members of the local organization that I may not be able to mention their name right now off my head at the moment.
Hello everyone, my name is Abdulaziz Oladejo, 2023 President of JCI Continental Lagos. JCI Continental Lagos is a local organization that I'm very passionate about. There's no denying that. And at the time that we started, I'd always envisioned where I would love us to be or how the direction I wanted us to go, and that's informed my decision to be one of the people who would drive that vision to reality, and that was what inspired me to take up leadership position in the organization. The foundational idea of JCI Continental Lagos always resonated with me. I the membership structure, the the type of the ideas, the philosophy of the type of organization I wanted to run, were things that spoke to me. Um, it's no news. I mean, everybody knew that I was a member of a local organization, of another local organization at the time, but I was saddled with the responsibility of coming up with the strategy document for the foundation of the organization. And decision to transfer my membership to JCI Continental Lagos was a no-brainer, really, because I felt that it was or I felt compelled or to say I was obliged to be part of the people who were going to bring the strategy and the vision to reality, and that was why I joined JCI Continental Lagos. Well, I would say that we had a lot of high points, really, and for an organization in its infancy at the time, 2023, every step forward is a milestone, or was a milestone, and is still a milestone because we're still growing. Um, but while we had many milestones, I believe that some of them stood out. Right, we had the from our flagship projects, the SME incubation, to the digital literacy that we have now, to our strong outing at African Middle East Conference in Zimbabwe. We had a lot of high points, but one that I would say was probably most defining was when we achieved our full status of becoming a full-fledged local organization of JCI, and JCI Nigeria, when we got full affiliation in October 2023 at the National Convention. I would say that that's probably our defining moment from that year. It was an 18-month-long journey up to that point, because we started in March 2022 and we got the affiliation in October 2023. So it was really, really satisfying and rewarding for everyone who was involved up until that point: the co-founders, charter president, the leadership, and generally of the organization. It was a very rewarding moment, and I believe that that should count for as probably the most defining moment of the 2023 local organization year.
My name is Anoluwapo Ajala, and I am the third president of JCI Continental Lagos. To be honest, I wasn't inspired to take up the leadership position. It was more of a call to service, and I have never been one to say no when I'm called upon to serve, particularly when I know that I'm going to be leading a very dynamic and fantastic group of people. I would say that it was at that point that I got inspired to lead JCI Continental Lagos, a decision that I do not regret. So, as president of JCI Continental Lagos, one of the major challenges that I had was with funding. The truth is, I wasn't the kind of person that would walk up to someone and ask for money. And so I had members that were willing to do the work, that were willing to make an impact, but we needed to come up with very creative ways to raise funds. How was I able to overcome this challenge? I spoke to people in my circle. I spoke to friends, I spoke to family, I spoke to people that I had personal relationships with, and people who could trust me with money. And then I said, oh, I need to execute this project. I need to execute this program. I need to pay for this. I need to pay for that. And I was quite fortunate that they all believed in me and they were able to make the funds available. So that was the challenge, and that's how I was able to overcome it. president of JCI Continental Lagos, I had a few defining moments. And these moments came when I had such a huge sense of achievement after a program or after a project. A few of such are, for example, when we went to Ilaro for our medical outreach. Another one was when we went to the Kirikiri Medium Correctional Facility for another outreach. And the last that I remember is when I handed over to the current president of JCI Continental Lagos. I would say that I had a feeling of, yes, you've been able to do this. Yes, it's time to hand over. And yes, it is time to see the local organization achieve more. So those are a few of my defining moments as president of JCI Continental Lagos.
My name is Oluwafe Ikeme Akinyode, and I'm the 2025 president of JCI Continental Lagos. My vision for JCI Continental Lagos will be for us to have a president who doesn't live in Nigeria. For us to be truly borderless, we should be able to control the affairs of the chapter from anywhere in the world. Thus far, we've had presidents who are residents in Nigeria. It will be good to have somebody who lives in Canada, Germany, US. It could be somebody who left Nigeria to go over there. Whoever. The most important thing is that we should be able to run the affairs of our chapter without being in a physical location. We are borderless. So once we have a president outside of Nigeria, we can say we are truly borderless. In addition to that, we had said that we wanted to run JCI Continental Lagos like a tech startup. So I would love to see things being done more efficiently. In addition to having a president who is not resident in Nigeria run the affairs of JCI Continental Lagos, it would be good to have franchises of JCI Continental. It would be great to have a JCI Germany, JCI USA, JCI Australia, JCI Antarctica as well. The point is, we want JCI Continental to be truly global and borderless. Alright, one major challenge I've faced, which I have also decided to take as a learning point since JCI is a learning by doing organization, is learning to connect with people. I know everybody knows that it's difficult leading adults because we all have minds of our own, but it's more difficult leading people who don't get paid. So I found that it was kind of tough to get people on board. You'd expect that because we all signed up to do service to humanity and we all came voluntarily, that we'll all be excited and eager to do the work. However, we have to understand that everybody has things going on in their lives. Sometimes work gets overwhelming, family gets challenging, and then you think that regardless, because you are committed, you have to show up. But that's not the way to approach things. You have to put yourself in people's shoes and be kind and approach things through love. So the challenge basically is getting people to be engaged, getting people to be committed. But I've learned that you have to find a way to connect with people, find a way to put yourself in people's shoes and really care. And once you do that, you find that everything works, and we are all we're a brotherhood. Our creed says brotherhood of man transcends sovereignty of nations. So once we treat ourselves as brothers, we get things done. Alright, so I can't say I have a most defining moment during my tenure as president because I only just started this tenure. I'm just 3 months into the year 2025. However, if I were to pick my defining moment so far, I would say the month of March has been really very amazing because all the programs we ran in the month of March were run virtually from beginning the month with a cultural exchange with a chapter from Europe where we were able to explore a country virtually, to having a virtual family fest where we partied, we enjoyed, we goofed, we had fun, to having discussions that were mind-blowing and engaging, and also to having a life skill training that helped us in improving ourselves. So all of these things reinforced my reason for joining JCI Continental Lagos, being able to learn, being able to add value, being able to impact the life of others right from the comfort of my own.
My name is Ifeoluwa Olushesi. I'm a founding member of JCI Continental Lagos. JCI Continental Lagos stands out from other local organizations because it's a borderless chapter with digitally minded, innovative young leaders who are doing great things in the society. My most memorable experience in JCI Continental Lagos was the very first meeting we had at Landmark Beach, where we bettered JCI Continental Lagos, where we had a number of individuals come together to form a new local organization, and then I was appointed one of the vice presidents for the new, it was a nameless LO then. So I was appointed one of the vice presidents that very day, and it was so shocking for me because I was never a JC at any point. So that was my memorable event. So I was never a JC member at any point in time. JCI Continental Lagos happens to be my very first JCI Nigeria LO to be.
My name is Kehinde Morino, and I'm a co-founder, and also I double as the 2025 JCI Continental Lagos Director of Strategy. I think being a local borderless organization is very key and important. That makes us very unique. We also have a convergence of highly intellectual, smart, but also purposeful driven young people with a core mission of improving our society, and that's what really makes us very unique, and we stand out across the entirety of other chapters that exist in Nigeria. So I think that every experience for JCI Continental Lagos has been quite memorable for me, but the one that really stands out for me right now is the visit that we had to the Medium Kirikiri Correctional Facility last year, 2024, where we had the opportunity to interact with inmates. We saw what their life is in the four walls of the correctional facility. We had the opportunity as well to provide some mental health support and medical outreach to the inmates, and for me that's one of the very memorable experience that I've had being a member of JCI Continental Lagos. The answer is yes, I was while in school at the University of Ibadan before joining the JCI Continental Lagos.
I'm excited about our journey, and I'm grateful to every single member that's been part of this vision, that's been part of this drive, that have brought in their skill, their talent, that have used their time, their money, their efforts to make sure they carry this vision along and make sure they bring every vision that we set at every point in time to become a reality. And it's an exciting long journey. I'm super excited for how far we have come. I'm grateful to every single person, and we are not stopping.
From an idea to a thriving reality, JCI Continental Lagos has stayed true to its vision. We have challenged the norms, broken barriers, and proven that leadership has no borders when driven by purpose. But this is just the beginning. The next chapter of our story is waiting to be written. One where we impact more lives, dream bigger, and continue to shape leaders of tomorrow. I am Otito Jesu Ayeni, Director of Awards and Documentation, JCI Continental Lagos. This is our story.